Once upon a time in the land of Hyrule, everything was okay and everything was cool until the Dark Prince Ganon appeared and said, "Bruh!" Welcome everyone to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link! Yeah, his name is right there for everyone to see, because that's his canon name even as early as the first game, which was mentioned back there too, I believe. I haven't forgotten. They even trademarked his name. Or, The Adventure of Link, I guess. Anyway, Zelda 2 is the black sheep of the franchise, even to this day, I want to say. Unless Triforce Heroes, maybe I took that title, but I think it'll always be known as the black sheep back then. Anyway, after Ganon was destroyed, the input told Link a sleeping spell was cast on Princess Zelda. She will wake only with the power of the third Triforce, sealed in a palace in Hyrule. They're already retconning the Triforce. To break the seals, crystals may be placed inside 6 well-guarded palaces. Link set out on his most adventuresome quest yet. It's only his second quest. Give me a break. Also, he's older now. We're playing as adult Link, quote unquote. And I haven't even tried this. We are on the Nintendo Switch online service, so nifty. We're gonna use Hawke, because why not? So Zelda 2, the black sheep of the franchise. Even Miyamoto went on record years later, but even so, he went on record saying that he regretted making this game because I don't actually remember the reason he gave, or he didn't give a reason, but I think the reason he gave was because it was troublesome to program. But I think the real reason is because this game is a product of its time. It's very derivative about the games that came out back then, specifically Dragon Quest. The game was a huge hit back in Japan, and guess what? Look at this game. It's got experience, and it's even got slimes that look suspiciously like the ones from Dragon Quest, even though they became shoes later on. Like, we're gonna look at them right here. See? These enemies right there, they're like slimes from Dragon Quest. Don't they look like it? Like, obviously they do not look specifically like them, but I'm pretty sure the entire reason of their existence is because they looked at Dragon Quest, saw the first enemy, saw Dragon Quest is popular, so we need slimes in Zelda. So, derivative about other companies, what they were doing at the time. That's what I feel Shigeru Miyamoto was meant by saying, I don't like that we made this game because we were trying to cash in on that RPG craze. These P bags give a lot of opportunities that are very useful. We're not gonna do a 1-on-1 playthrough. I've done 1-on-1 when I was much younger, but we're just gonna play the game normally. This is the long play game. And also, as some of you have noticed, we're doing combat in 2D now. That jar restores your magic. This is the first game with a magic meter. You don't get to use your magic very often. The only way to refill it is with those jars or level ups, which isn't very often. Now, Miyamoto said he didn't like this game. That's too bad for him, because I actually kind of like it. I don't think it's that bad. Obviously, it has its flaws, but I like it better than the first one. Hello! Some of these villagers can turn into bats and attack you. I don't think in this first village, though, in the later villages. Return the crystal to the palace in Para. Well, it's just Para, but you know. Are you error? No. If all else fails, use fire. That is, in fact, something... It's a dumb meme line, but it is, in fact, the weakness of only... Like, there's one specific enemy that is only weak to a fire spell. Just, you never have to actually beat that enemy, so... It's not that helpful. So, this is a lady who helps you inside her house in mysterious ways. Thankfully, they don't mention specifically how she does it, because otherwise you'd have to jack up the rating. Because there's lots of jacking on going there, maybe? That's what like people like to joke, but honestly, she's probably just like supposed to be a healer. Just, she looks like all the pretty ladies, so, you know. You feel like she's doing something else. Why couldn't she look like this, huh? Hello. Yeah, the villagers that run across randomly from side to side, those are just... They all have generic lines, none of them are important. This is another lady, but she restores your magic, I think. Or gives you a hint. Or no, she's plot important. Because her father teaches us a spell. It all varies between towns from town. Each town has a wise man. Learn from him. Yep, rarely, most of the time, these houses are empty when you enter them. She's one of the only NPCs that talk to you outside and inside the house. In Parapa Desert, use this magic to survive. Shield. Shield is indeed very useful. Unfortunately, you can only use it once per screen. So if you change screen like this, you just lost your shield effect. So you'll pretty much only use it against bosses, really, or tough enemies. Get candle in Parapa Palace! Go west! That is a lie. Parapa Palace is east. However, you could also interpret him as saying that you get the candle first and then you go west. Which would not be a lie, because that's what you want to do. Thing is, you want to go west right now to learn another spell. I think you can learn it right away. Maybe. Also, there's a secret right here. Bats. They only come down when you're near them. Very predictable. The direction they go in, though, is random. So in the first Legend of Zelda, dying was actually kind of rewarding and even helpful in some cases. However, in this game, dying, not only do you have lives, but if you lose all your lives, you get a game over, and when you get a game over, you lose all your experience. And although getting level ups in the beginning of the game isn't too difficult, once you start getting the later levels, you don't want to get a game over because it takes a long time to get back at that 8,000 experience benchmark that you need to go through. This is a dark cave, but if you look carefully, you can actually see where the enemies are going. Ow. I want to be here. The shield is actually very useful in this game, not gonna lie. Much more useful than the first Legend of Zelda. Magic will go up. You can cancel a level up so that you can focus on getting the next specific upgrade before that. But unless you're doing like a specific type of run where you like want to have level 8 sword before level 8 magic and level 8 life, or level 2 life and level 2 magic, I don't recommend doing it. Just keep leveling up whenever you have the opportunity. It's pretty much always helpful. I don't have to do these random battles, but those bags do disappear after some time, I think. I don't have to do these random battles, but I do like grinding this game. Like I said, I like playing this game. I think it's fun. And if you go find these big enemies, that's a tough battle, quote unquote. But this is the early game, so these battles aren't very tough. Oh, well. I guess, yeah, see, this is the shield magic. You get the red armor when you have the shield spell on. Cuts damage in half. If you get hit by an enemy on the world map while you're on a road, you don't fight anyone because the road is safe, you know? It's an interesting idea. You're supposed to have the candle for this place. I'm stupid though and want to go through here right now. This bat though is dangerous though. Oh my god. Oh, come on, stupid bat. You know what? It's too dangerous. I'll die. Yeah, it's easy to die in this game. You die through a pit, you're dead. The bat kept going west, and if it hits me while I'm on that platform that was in front of me, I would have surely gotten the game over, so didn't take the risk. If I had come towards me, I could have gotten rid of it, and then I would have taken the risk, but it just kept going west and west, so I'm not gonna waste too much time on that. Town of Ruto. Yeah, all the sages in Ocarina of Time, all of their names are in this game. Restore my HP, please. You do not restore your magic, which makes it all the more difficult to refill your magic. Really annoying. Oh wait, actually there's an old lady in some towns that restore your magic. I am Error. This guy is Error. Funny meme guy, but he is plot important. Yeah, he is. I'm not kidding. Yeah, there's a guy you'll be able to talk to in the next area that will mention that. Hey, I can help you. Goria of Tantari stole our trophy. Where's Tantari? I have no idea. This lady is not important, but she has a lot of relevant stuff. Use keys in palaces they are found in. Yeah, as early as this game, they decided that no, keys that you found in the place that you found them in are the only place you can use them on. Do not go south without a candle. You can go south without a candle, but you need the jump spell too. Unless you're playing on the computer, where you can hold 2 directions at once, and that causes Link to glitch out and run at super fast speeds, and quote-unquote wrong warp through the screen. I think I might be able to do it on console, because there's the control stick and the control pad, but we'll try next screen and see if it works, but I doubt it. Nintendo probably like put in a safety measure against that. So we're not going to do any sort of cheesy sequence breaking, we're just going to go ahead and do the first dungeon. That spider took forever to come down. Ow. Two XP, yeah. Most of the time when you're in a battle like this, you're just going to try to run away like this. Technically you always do. Just sometimes the enemies are all dead. Sometimes they aren't. Now, you have to go through this cave. Oh. What did I get? Oh, it was magic. You have to go through this cave without a candle, and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get hit by an enemy. But that enemy back there was the only enemy, and it's like, it's one of the easier ones to deal with. There are no enemies in this type of setup. Just these, fireballs, quote-unquote. They look like rocks, though. These bubbles will hit you and damage you and push you back into the water that kills you instantly. You couldn't even go into the water in the first Legend of Zelda. Oof, that was dangerous. I could have gotten pushed back. There is a rewind feature, which I might use occasionally for tests or whatever. Because this game is rude at times. Oh, and occasionally you can find a fairy in the overworld. They're not too special. Oh, and these spiders, they drop down. And these, that red guy is actually kind of tough. Wow, okay. Just to show, this is what happens when you die. And you go back into the screen you were stuck on. But now I have the sword, that sword beam, and that helps a lot. They did nerf it quite a bit compared to the first game, though. I mean, look at it. It barely reaches all that far. Stonehenge! Also, there's a heart here. And a dumb enemy. And you can get hit while holding the heart up. That's dumb. Definitely one of the dumber decisions of this game. Because it was in the first game, but in the first game, you were always safe when you got an item that you held up like that. And it was usually a Triforce piece, but, you know, details. In this game, they decided, yeah, you can hold up pretty much any generic item, and guess what? You can still get hit while that happens. The movement is a little slippery to some extent. You really have to play it to sort of get it. I'm used to it, but I'm pretty sure anyone who starts playing this game will find it a little awkward. Yes, sometimes the projectiles can appear like right in front of you as you're about to leave a screen. Also annoying. It doesn't apply here, but pretty much always try to stab the Dark Nut right in front of the dungeon entrance. He usually has a potion of magic. Like, one that refills all your magic, not just one bar. Go left. Some enemies drain your experience. Kind of annoying, especially because these enemies don't even give experience in the first place. Usually you don't want to get hit by them, but I got hit by him once just to show that they do drain your experience. I think he drained my experience. Well, so, at the very least I know for a fact that he drained some experience. Stalpos is here. They are a little basic, but they do teach you that you can stab downwards and that your shield blocks attacks. They never hit you in the legs like they should, so they're very easy. Very, very easy. However, a later variant does try to jump on you and you can't block that attack, so you have to move backwards. God damn it. Okay, yeah, they do definitely drain my XP. The elevator screwed everything up. I don't know why they drain your experience. Feels weird. These things, oh, god damn it. These things take forever to destroy, but they can be destroyed for a decent amount of experience at the beginning of the game. Just, they're not worth it. Take too much time. Might as well just farm in the overworld. Wow, that stupid skeleton actually hit me. And now we got the beeping sound going. Wow. That's awkward. There's no way to restore my HP, by the way. I don't have the healing spell. Don't get it until the second area. Lame. And no, the enemies don't drop any refills either. But there is level up that helps. Oh, and the fairies, yeah, I forgot the fairies. The fairies can only be used once though, so don't waste them. It's not like the first game where you could leave the screen and come back and they'd be there again. Anytime you see a statue, try to stab it. Sometimes there's a secret inside. Because this game, all you have is your spells. You don't have any items that you can use. Or I guess you could say the spells are the items. But, like, where's your boomerang? Where's your bow and arrow? Where's your bombs? I want them. Can't block those things. They look like... Okay, gotta be honest. They're supposed to be maces. They're being thrown pretty quickly. But I always thought they were like fancy bras that this demon was throwing at us. Like seriously, just the way they constantly flip over. Also, by all technical means, it's just a hammer, bro. From Mario. Throws his hammers pretty quickly too. Good for training though. This guy is very easy once you get up to his face. Just the way he teaches you to make sure to keep your distance and find your opening at the right moment is very, very good for later in the game when you're gonna fight enemies that are much tougher. Especially the blue darkness. They're giving me lots of potions. There's the teal one, the blue one, and the red one. I think the blue one like gives you a bit more magic. Pretty sure it's still a 1 bar, but it feels like it's supposed to give you more magic because it looks different. But for the most part, blue and teal 1 bar, and the red one is all your magic. In fact, the fact that the red one refills all your magic can kind of be abused by the fact that you can cast spells while it's refilling your magic, so that you can be powered up for the screen. So if you are low on health and you see a red magic bar, cast all your healing spells, get the red jar, then cast another healing spell as soon as your magic is refilled enough, so that way you'll be able to fully heal yourself or something. Because it's going to fully heal until it's full. And if you keep using magic, it's not going to be full, you know? Just tank it. These things deal a little bit of damage, but not quite that much. Careful of these slimes, by the way. When they drop down to a platform, they always just immediately fall towards you quickly. The things crumble quite quickly, but they're active for longer than they appear. Want to come over? Yeah, this one is... What? I guess they do deal that much damage. This is my last life, by the way. I guess we might show the game over because it's so infamous, but if I was playing really seriously, I would never even die once. Not lying. I like this game a lot. I have it on my 3DS. I have it on Wii Virtual Console, Wii U. I bought pretty much every version. Of course, could say the same. Oh, come on, really? Hold on. See, when an enemy drops a jar, that means they don't drop any experience. That's lame. Okay, that's good. If an enemy would have given more experience than a standard P bag, the experience they give is a lot more than normal. But yeah, rewind for that for sure. Also, this is a Dark Nut. They fight more competently than the other enemies. They actually aim for your legs. Even when you're stabbing like this, you can still hold down to protect yourself quite quickly. There's very little lag when you're attacking. You can switch from up attacks to down attacks very quickly. Now, the Dark Nut is protecting itself pretty decently, but unfortunately there's an AI flaw that you will abuse from the beginning to the end of the game when it comes to these enemies. They cannot block jumping attacks like this. If you attack like this, they're always gonna damage them because in the frame that you land, you're crouching, but you're hitting them above their head. So because of that, they always get hit. I think it's something like that. That's the logic I follow. I'm not an expert in the AI of this game, but that's what I believe is happening when you're attacking them that way. Also, I might get a game over, but I'll probably rewind if I do, because I'm just gonna refill my health. Because anytime you get a game over, it's all the way back to where Zelda was. And now, I guess I have to start talking about that Zelda. I'll just show the game over here. Game over, return to Ganon. He laughs like Soda Popinski. And if you continue, it's back here. No, not this, come on. This. So, that's Zelda at the beginning of the game. Apparently, that's not the same Zelda that you saved in Zelda 1. It's a different Zelda, an older one, quote unquote. But Impa says that, the old woman, that's Impa, she says, oh, Zelda has fallen asleep, you gotta save her, Link, but it makes you think it's the same Zelda from Zelda 1, right? Well, no, it's a different Zelda, because why would we use the same Zelda for whatever reason? I don't know the logic Nintendo was going with story-wise with that, but it really makes no difference. Like, the only reason they say it's a different Zelda, I feel, is because they realize they can't say that Zelda has been falling asleep for years on end, because then they realize, wait, Zelda was awake in the first game. Whoops! Okay, it's a different Zelda from like 100 years ago. That's how it works. Also, we're gonna bang that Zelda at the end of the game, so rip Zelda 1 Zelda, who just dies a virgin forever. I'm gonna start using shield spell more often, so if I do get hit, it's not gonna be as much damage as the other attacks that usually hit me. Because I've got the magic to spare, you know? Might as well use it. This skeleton is so screwed. Terrible spot to attack me from. And they always move just close enough for you to hit them. You don't have to keep moving forward. That's a problem that we're going to encounter later in the game. Enemies where we need to keep moving forward to be able to damage them. Oof, rough. Also, I really wish you could see how many keys you have on you while you're just playing like this. Because sometimes you might think, oh, I've got the key, don't worry. And then you realize, oh no, you don't have the key. Some enemies don't take damage from the sword beam. That is a terrible nerf. You do not restore your life when you get a level up. I just realized that. It's just, like, if you level up life, you restore your life. If you level up magic, you restore your magic. Huh. Well, that's one restore, but it's not going to be very useful. Time for the boss. Horse head. Oh, by the way, anytime you enter a new screen, you have to pause and select a spell to be able to use it again. Lame. So horse head just attacks. He just has one attack, but you can't block it. Also, you have to jump to hit him. If you're standing still, you just can't hit his head. As long as you hit him, he's always going to move backwards and you're not going to get any damage from him, but hitting his head is a little difficult for a beginner player, I'm pretty sure. Like, see, sometimes it feels like I should have damaged him, but his armor took priority. Ah. I like it when I grab the key in me there. I'm not sure if it's possible though. Maybe it has to land. And you have to put one of the gems in this clearly, and it's like a Mohai head inspired design statue. Oh, and anytime you complete a dungeon, you get a level up. So if you're at like 90, like if you're one experience away from leveling up, you're probably better off like not going to the boss room unless you're sure you're gonna level up from defeating the boss or something, because otherwise you're wasting the free level up, you know, and that's a lot more grinding that you're gonna have to do. In fact, one of my challenges that I did when I was younger is that I made it so that I went to the boss of a like up to the boss of a dungeon, but then I left and went to do the other dungeon and get the item from that place. There are items that you can in fact use. I kind of lied about that. It's just you can't select them like you can in the first game. It's lame. And now that we have to like the candle right here, it's automatically used, so you know it's like whatever. But there is like the hammer, which you use by pressing the button while in the overworld. And I think that's it. That's the only item that you can like manually use. You can also use it to cut down trees. That's something that's unfortunately not told to you until like much later on, or a random hit out of nowhere. Lame! And we can get this guy over here. And if you want to get the second spell, you have to rescue this guy. And if you want to continue with the game, at least the way the developers intended for you to do, you have to get this. And this is the enemy that was in the way. It's a snippet. Like literally the same design. I wouldn't be surprised if they like took the code from Super Mario Bros. USA or Super Mario Bros. 2 if you're an American that doesn't know any better. Then there's this guy. I'm gonna cast a shield spell just in case. He does fire his boomerangs a lot faster, and occasionally, like sometimes he flips it in a way that it goes behind you, and you have to block it like this. But sometimes he just throws them normally, so you have to block it like this. It's normally like if I was focusing and not doing commentary at the same time, I could definitely do it. I could definitely block all his attacks, but I definitely expect to play much worse, and I am playing much worse than normal because of the fact that I'm doing commentary at the same time. I also thought about inviting guest commentators, but I think I'll just start doing that with the Link to the Past, and I'll have to limit my sessions if I do to guest commentators, because not everyone can play for like 4 hours straight and commentate watching some other guy play, you know? It must be eternally boring. And not to mention I have to like make it so that like the way I did it before, where someone commentated with me, is that I streamed my own gameplay after the fact, so I was doing post commentary myself. I guess I should read her text. I always skip it, but you saved the trophy. Come see my uncle. This isn't like this is like Skyrim or Elder Scrolls games. If you do the objective first, you can still get the reward without having to talk to their first dialogue first or something like that. Although in Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls games, it's kind of zigzagged. Sometimes they know you've already gotten the thing, sometimes you have to go through the intro first. Anyway, with this you can jump very high. And I don't know why I compared this stuff to Skyrim, even though it's like a game that was released much later than this game did, so kind of dumb. Because this game did it first, kinda. Except for the fact that it's derivative and everything. By the way, the max of everything is level 8, and we're already at life 4, even though we've only done the first dungeon. Kinda quick, huh? But level ups are gonna be much slower from now on, so. Damn it. Usually I get it. Wrong spell. For some reason, jump is more expensive than shield. As we level up our magic, it's gonna be the other way, for sure. Okay, that was impossible to block. I mean, the setup was impossible, but obviously, if you think about it, you should be able to block it anyway. And I think Link's movement is frame perfect, so it probably was possible to block it anyway. Just I'm not that good. What the hell? Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link is a good game, but it's got bugs, you know, these things. I think they're bugs. Where there's supposed to be some kind of sea life creature. Damn it. Yeah, I cast a jump spell too early, but whatever. As long as you have enough magic to cast it. Oh, and these bats. They turn into some kind of gargoyle as they land. They're still easy to deal with though. Anyway, yeah, right here. Normally, like, you jump this high when you got the jump spell, but you jump higher when you're moving. You know, like Mario. So, there is that to consider. Let me try. Okay, I was holding both directions, but I don't think I was doing it right. But in computers, holding both directions helps a lot for you to do like a screen warp glitch. Maybe they fixed it for Nintendo Switch. I'm not doing it right. I'm not sure. Also, this is supposed to be a swamp, even though they look like flowers. You move slower on it, obviously. It looks much more like a swamp when you're on the battle screen. That's for sure. Ooh, nice. An extra free life. However, I need to mention this right now. It only works once. You get a game over, it does not come back. So if you're on the brink of a game over and you die very often, I suggest coming back for this life like only when you feel confident enough to be able to tackle the last dungeon or something. Although incidentally, once you get to the last dungeon, you always revive that dungeon. So, you know, whatever. Still, lives are very rare in this game. Extra lives specifically. You only get like 4, I think. Very weird. Oh my god, the birds. The birds are very annoying. They do give experience, but they drain it too, I think. You never want to deal with the birds. This is not a normal battle screen. This is actually a battle area that you can walk into the map from. These enemies also always follow where you are, by the way. Like this one's just stuck. So yeah, anyway, this is a battle area. That means there's a reward somewhere, and I'm literally not finding it. Never mind, there's nothing. But yeah, see? And keep coming back. Thought there'd be a key bag somewhere though. Okay, this is very dangerous. The jump spell is a lot better to save you from that nonsense. Another battle area. I guess there's multiple of these in this area because there's a guy you need to find in these woods, but I think you also need a hammer to find him. No, you definitely don't, because the guy that you need to find gives you the information that you need to be able to get to the area that then allows you to have the hammer. From Error. You remember that guy? I am Error. He's plot important, I told you. There he is. Bagu is my name. Show my note to Riverman. His name should have been translated as Bug, because Error and Bug. It's intentional that he's called Error. This guy was supposed to be Bug, but apparently they thought Bug was too weird. But Error, clearly not. There's a dungeon we could do right up there, the second dungeon already, but the game clearly wants us to get the hammer, probably, I imagine. There's also that cave right there. I'm gonna do that. The game is relatively open-ended to some extent. Just, it's also gated by you having to visit NPCs and talking to them to open passages or whatever. But with the screen warp trick, you can skip a lot of that. In fact, I think you can skip all the way to the end of the game. Maybe? I think I saw Let's Play like that before. Or rather, a task. So yeah, when you meet this color guy, Boomerang, he doesn't throw the boomerangs in a flippy way as often. Or ever, in fact, I think. But the red one, he often does it. And our reward is P. Attack up! Enemies will die quicker. If you're bad at the game, you lose all the experience that you keep gathering, and therefore the game keeps staying tough. But if you're good, you get all the experience and keep it and level up quicker, and because of that the game becomes easier. The game's kind of messed up difficulty-wise, but I still enjoy it! Even if I complain, I still enjoy it. Also, there's a secret somewhere around here. I don't remember specifically where, unfortunately. Oh cool, I get to destroy these guys in one hit now. There are a bunch of woods on the south over there. No, right over there to the east. I have never explored them. There might be a secret there that I've never found. Oh god, none of these enemies. Just keep crouching as when one comes up from in front of you. That's how you block their attacks. If one is following you from behind, it usually doesn't catch up to you. Even though I think it's like a little faster. Like, very, very little. Watertown, Saria. Shouldn't it be... I mean, it is a water town, but shouldn't this town have been called Ruto? Well, no. Nintendo didn't think that far ahead when naming these towns. They were just naming them fairly randomly. Later, they would reuse the names for the sages of Ocarina of Time, but Ruto became the Sage of the Zoras, which is very water-related, but Saria, forest-related. Eyes of Ganon everywhere, be careful, which means some of these villagers, they can become bats. Sometimes. See? I only had to talk to this woman who was relatively normal for like 4 times before she became evil. She was totally evil the entire time. I lost my mirror! Or where could her mirror be? It might be in a dumb place. Oh, it's an empty room with no one. We're not gonna skip that dialogue. I found a mirror under the table. Link talks in this game! What? This is weird! He narrates to himself at the very least. But yeah, that's how you find her mirror. It's not in a cave somewhere. It's actually under that table in that house randomly out of nowhere. Why would the lady go there? Also, why is there an enemy here? It's actually a nice enemy though. He's just trying to sleep. Let me be! Master is in woods and of river. Because they didn't have enough space for north. But yeah, this is the enemy that tells you, well, it's not an enemy, it's an NPC, that's actually nice, but this is the guy that tells you where Bagu is, and he just says north of river, non-specifically. What? Also, why does Bagu have a slime as an apprentice or whatever? Some of these hints are just nonsense. Buy our strategy guide to actually beat our game. That was the mantra back then. Jumping feels faster, but I don't think it is. There's your mirror, you lazy woman. Oh, you found my mirror. Follow me. Where is she? She's gone. She's not like that woman in the first town that was still inside her house. She lost her relevance, so they didn't bother trying to put her in. Maybe Miyamoto only dislikes this game because it lacks so much polish. Anyway, finally got healing. Healing is expensive. You can... I think we can only cast it once with our current magic right now. But it's still one of the more useful spells for a casual player because you get hit a lot and fairies are hard to come by in this game. They're only in specific locations. You can occasionally find them in the overworld, like they spawn with the enemies and you have to catch them, but in the dungeons, sometimes they're not even there, nowhere to be found, so your life is all you have, and the healing spell is the only other thing you have to assist you with. You know Bagu? Then I can help you cross. When I was younger, before I beat this game, like, ever, the only way I found to cross this stupid bridge is by using the hold two directions together glitch. You know, to warp to the other side. Because how was I supposed to know that I was supposed to talk to this random NPC, Bagu, randomly in the northern woods of the river, and then he'd tell me, okay, show this note that you don't even get in your menu to that guard, and now you can cross whenever you want. So dumb. Okay, we're in Death Mountain now. You know, the first... Like, this area right here that we're in, this is supposed to be Zelda 1's map, just much smaller in scale. Always go right. That's how you beat this place. The left passages, a little harder to deal with. Might as well cast shield if I'm gonna have the magic for it. This is a gauntlet for reference. You are going to need to save your health and your magic as much as possible. Because there are some new, tough enemies that you'll have to counter while you get there. It's risky, but I'll do it. Show how much magic it costs cast heal. Take your time while going through this place, or I guess since you're on this service, use the rewind key. But save all your health as you're going through Dead Mountain, especially if it's your first time playing this game, because you will need all that extra magic. Look, we're already at these blue guys. Because the game designers realized that they weren't that tough to deal with already. This direction. Ooh, more magic. We need more magic. Now, because we have the heal spell now, magic is also life. Although incidentally, at my current level, I do not have enough magic to be able to cast life. It's called life, is it? Yeah, it's called life. Really should be called heal, but whatever. Stupid bats. Why there's gotta be bats everywhere? I'm not playing as carefully as I should, but these bats don't deal all that much damage, which is why I'm playing so carelessly. So these are the new enemies I was talking about. Unblockable attack. So you gotta be aggressive against them to defeat them in time. I was about to go head east, but I think I'm supposed to go up here. Like, it looks dangerous, but you gotta beat this guy. Yep. Maybe. I'm already lost, maybe. Maybe not. Like, I don't mind if I get lost or something. Can I get this? Okay, thank goodness. I can cast life again now. Cast it right now. See, that took all my magic. Expensive, huh? And it doesn't fully restore your health, by the way. It only restores it to, like, some extent. I think it's, like, 3.5 bars. Crouch when they're coming up. If they're coming from behind, they're not fast enough. Yeah, they don't catch up to you if they're coming from behind. Also, they get stuck on the ceiling. Bad design. Hold on. I was talking. I'm gonna get hit by a stupid thing fish. Man, I really... Oh, cool. Oh, crap. Yeah, they're already at the red ones, and guess what? These throw their axes. And they hit even harder than the orange ones. And they can double tap. Wow. It actually beat me. I'm gonna take that L because I had the extra life, but the red ones are definitely much tougher. Slime. I need to stop crashing right into him. Although crashing right into him doesn't hurt as much. So if you're gonna get hit by him, definitely just try to crash right into him. Yeah, you need to have the jump spell active to be able to do that. Oh, and I get okay. Never mind. I spoke earlier that the red jar fully restores your magic, but I guess it only restores as much as you have. So it only restores like 5 bars in my case. But when you have like 8 bars, it feels like it restores more than that. Gas healed again. Good. I think. I might be like a little short. Also, yeah, I am going the right direction. I got confused. Goddamn bats, I always keep getting hit by them. Gonna level up soon. Okay, no, that's not the spell I wanted to cast. Come on. The thing is, he was supposed to give me the experience to level up too, so it's kind of lame. But I'm not gonna reset for that. Just reset for the fact that I was gonna cast life, or that I wanted to cast life. But you can't tell what spell you have equipped until you cast it, or unless you press the start button beforehand. Again, design decision of this game that wasn't exactly too smart. Good thing this is not a red one, because otherwise he could throw his axes at your feet, and he'd be difficult to hit. But yeah, if you time your attacks right, you can avoid getting hit at all. Magic will go up. I should have cast life beforehand, but whatever. Magic, as it levels up, your spells become cheaper to cast. Jump eventually becomes the cheapest spell, costing only 8 magic. It's kind of surprising. But life will always be expensive. Sorry about that. For those wondering, like, why, like, it says 16, 32, and 60 here. 16 is 1 bar. So 32 is 2 bars. And 60 would be, like, let's see, 48. So 3 bars and roughly 1/3 of a 4th bar. At least I think that's how it works. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering it. Like, let's cast shield right now. See? 1 bar. And I wasted my magic for that example, and I could use your rewind key, but we're almost done, so, you know. Just a few more of these guys to deal with. One more. No, I didn't ever reuse this enemy design. Unless they're supposed to be Lizaltlos? No, I don't think so. Because we do see lizard-like enemies later on. But they never reused this design ever. In any of the 3D games. I kind of wish they should. The shoes definitely needed a redesign to make them look different from the Dragon Quest enemies. Because they clearly were meant to be Dragon Quest quote-unquote copycat type design enemies. Because Nintendo wanted to rip off on them. And oh yeah, this right here. This here is definitely supposed to be Zelda 1's layout. Oh my god, these enemies. This is the graveyard to the west of the start. This is the woods to the, you know, whatever. Also, if you get hit by a small enemy and big enemy on the overworld, the big enemy takes priority, I believe. And this is the, like, see, this design right here. This is where the first dungeon's lake was in. So it's kind of neat because you don't really notice the first time you're playing because it's such a smaller scale variant of Zelda 1, but it shows that there is some sort of continuity going on here. It also kind of looks like it's a whole beach now. Weird. Also, I'm not done with the axe guys. I need to fight a few more here, including another red one. I should cast a shield spell. Because I can't cast life with the amount I have. So the thing about enemies like this, that they can shoot projectiles... Oh, goddammit. The thing about enemies like this is that because they can shoot a projectile, they always keep a good distance from you, where you cannot get the upper hand on them, you know? Oh my god, that was a dumb snipe. And you cannot block fireballs at your level. Can I cast life? Nope. I really need to cast life, actually. And drop any jars. It's a yellow one. I should be able to do it. Oof. Ah! That's not a jar either, and I think I have to fight one more. Oh, cool. Woof! Safe. I can take one hit of the red ones. Like one extra hit. You know, if these snippets actually attacked you at the legs, they'd be a lot more dangerous. But because they only attack like after they jump, you always know you can just stand still to attack them. But you have to crouch to then stab them. It's a good design because again it teaches you to stab downwards to deal with some enemies. Can't cast any spells, gotta deal with them. Okay, when that happens. Don't double tap, buddy. What? Screw you, Ganon. Well, it's all the way back here, where Zelda is. This is the Zelda True experience. You go all the way to Dead Mountain, right before where you could get the hammer, then you die to that last guy, because he deals too much damage, so you gotta go all the way back through the first area, second area, and then Dead Mountain again, just to have another chance to get the hammer that you need to be able to cut through passages. This is why Dead Mountain is so infamous in this game, because it's so punishing. Well, anyway, now I'm gonna backtrack. I will take the L, because it is the Zelda 2 experience, and I want to show how punishing it is, but it's still annoying. And I could rewind just to give another chance to myself to that guy, but just want to show, this is how we played it. This is how it affected us. Oh, also, I lost all my experience. Don't forget about that. But I did get all my lives back, so that's enough. And also, I can't look at the amount of lives I've got when in the screen. That's kind of dumb. And another thing I want to show is that after a game over, no, the lives do not come back. The extra lives do not come back. Because you do get the basic amount of lives back, at the very least. Yeah, so here, when this old woman restores all your magic, she will fully refill, like your magic will keep filling until it's completely full. So you can cast all the spells you want while that happens, and you can fully heal yourself with the heal spell thanks to that. And because of that, we never have to meet this lady unless you want to be kinky. Hell yeah. I needed a life up. Of course this bat screws it up right away. So yeah, but good game design. If you, like, you're probably gonna get a game over the first time you go through Dead Mountain. If you go through the whole thing again, you should be able to gather enough experience to gain a level up. You know, it's up until you get like, you need 2,000 experience that you won't be able to get level ups going through Dead Mountain once. You have to go through it several times. But once you're at that level, you should be able to go through it. Just face tanking, probably. Hello? Screwing up again now. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, why Return of Ganon? Because Ganon's minions need Link's blood to revive him. For some reason. It's lore-wise, it has absolutely no meaning. It's just like, this is why Link needs to die, so Ganon can come back, and why Link must not die, because it's the ultimate evil, and the land will plunge into eternal darkness, because Link just didn't stay at home, safe from all the enemies and stuff. Something like that. It's like Simon's Quest, you know, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Simon is cursed and will die in a couple of days unless he does the exact thing the game wants him to do. And you have to do it quickly, otherwise he'll die anyway. And because the text jumbled up and screwed up, the normal ending is the bad ending. Oh, stupid slime. It actually gets up just to damage me so I lose my sword beam. But I get a refill right here. Okay, now I'm sure to get the hammer this time. I don't screw up too often. And these guys don't decide to double tap me. Ah, well. I was hoping for the experience, but whatever. I will have to fight another one of those guys anyway. Oh, by the way, if you use life, or any spell, I think, you need to go back into the menu to be able to cast a spell again. In the case of life, you might need to cast it like twice to restore your health to full, assuming you want to. No, that's a dead end. I'm gonna go over here. Double tap. It is possible to deal with the double tap, just I'm not that experienced. From my luck in my playthrough where I never got a game over once, I never was in a position where double tap would punish me so hard. Having to do commentary at the same time though is pretty troublesome. Also, it might have helped that I was playing on a 3DS when I was doing that challenge run. And I had to fight another of these guys, anyway. Is there another one right after? Wow, there is. Okay. But the thing is, at this point, you can cast a jump spell or just jump over those guys. Well, maybe not this one. Keeps backtracking quite often. Very good. Woof! Hammer, get! Now you can die. You'll always have the hammer with you, even if you get game over. That is good that you have the hammer, not the game over. But the hammer breaks the blocks in the overworld, which helps you travel around much more easily. You don't have to go through that cave where you need to cast a jump spell anymore. You also don't need to go through the bridge to get to here, because you opened up a passage, and etc, etc, you know? You also get lots of more rewards from caves that you couldn't be able to, like, you weren't able to enter because something was blocking your way. I'm probably gonna die here, but you know, whatever. I have one more spare life and don't really mind that much if I get another game over. Like, I'm gonna look to the left here and think it's an exit, and if not, well, get experience out of this guy at least. Face tank technique. And if he gets strapped towards the corner, he can't back up anymore, which makes him a lot easier to deal with. These enemies you can't attack right now, but you will get a technique to be able to deal with them later. Okay, so it's just a magic refill, which is actually a lot more useful than the other dead end in this cave. In fact, I would have gone for this if I had known it was there. But I don't think I've ever been there in like my last 5 playthroughs over the last couple of years. Probably a decade so far. Some enemies come back when you do a screen transition. Some, however, don't, I think. Like the big enemies? Yeah. I think so. I hope so. Makes things a lot easier. Press the A button, get break a block. More magic, which means more healing. That is very good. Also, you're gonna need to find all the magic spots to be able to beat the game, so you have to find them. It's easy to miss the one in the beginning, for reference. Very easy to miss the one in the beginning where it's like right south of the Zelda's palace, something like that. I was gonna level up from these creatures, but no, one of them had to give me a pot of magic. No, over here. Okay, cool. Don't give me a pot, or if you do, the other one better not. Okay, good. Attack will go up. Attack going up is always so good. Like, one of my favorite challenge runs of Zelda 2 is just upgrading only attack. That way you are able to kill the enemies faster than they can hit you. And what's the point of having life subs and magic subs when they cost so expensive anyway? The enemies deal so much damage anyway. No, you need to be able to kill these enemies in as few hits as possible. Preferably only one hit. Remember when I had to deal 2 or even 3 hits to these enemies to defeat them? Now it's only 1 hit. It's been like that since Sword level 3. It's not straight up like double damage or triple damage as you level up Sword, I think. It actually flows a bit more naturally or reasonably. I always figure that the level ups that like double your damage output or something like that are kind of extremely dumb. And having said that, I should probably review the way I'm making my game right now, because in the early level ups you basically do like just get double damage. Then again, the battle system that I'm gonna renew for my game will have a different setup for how your character will deal damage to the enemies, so should be fine. Because it's an RPG Maker VX game, and you pretty much have to resort to the variables setup for the battle system, but I'm gonna have something different that's gonna be like all through eventing, and thanks to that I can basically accurately decide what type of damage the enemies will deal to my character, or my character to the enemies, you know, like that. Things about game design that most people don't care about. RIP. There's not much optional stuff you can find in this game. Like, the only optional things I think is the heart containers and some spells and techniques. Speaking of techniques, we're gonna learn one right now. It's kind of important. Like, there's still stuff, like, there's still the second dungeon I gotta do and the third one that I gotta do south of this place, but learning the technique you find in this town is kind of super important. There's also a spell you gotta learn, but the technique is more important in my opinion. Ask Error of Ruto about the palace. We don't need to do that, but I'll ask him anyway. Also, I don't know why that guy can't tell us himself, but I guess he doesn't know. The island palace in the south has a raft. That's the item in the south palace. And you need that raft to be able to go to the next area. And you need the jump spell to go up there, and you need to have the momentum too. Now, are we going to learn a spell here? Not quite. We're going to learn something infinitely more interesting. Something that Masahiro Sakurai took note of. When you jump, press downward to stab. Da 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 da. Like this, you just hold down and you're automatically attacking. This is so broken. Because unlike the stabs like this that only last like a frame and the enemies don't get multi-hit by it, this one can multi-hit because of the way you bounce off the enemy and you can get stuck up a ceiling and therefore you hit them again. Seriously, it's super powerful. There's also an upward stab, which Masahiro Sakurai also took note of, but it's not nearly as useful. It's all thanks to an exploit that allows you to hit upwards block with this stab by jumping upward. Please, my daughter is sick. Help her. Gotta find medicine. I could have gotten the medicine beforehand, but didn't feel like it. The spell you learn in there is very important though. You can't skip it. You can't skip the heal spell if you're feeling crazy though. Keep pressing the B button, but it's the A button. Also, for some reason, the leftover land is always the desert tile set or whatever, and because of that, enemies spawn as you cross over it, even though you're still technically on the road. enemies give good experience. I mean, it's only 20, it's not that much, but still something. Oh, it's not, because it's live combat and not RPG combat. The experience system for this game is not that bad because of how fast you get the experience and how the system, the fighting system, flows so smoothly. I think the real problem about this game's style is the overworld traveling. It's very boring, and there's like very little interactivity. Like you can break the blocks with a hammer, but there's no visual aid. You don't see any visual cue for Link destroying the block. It just suddenly goes poof. Even my game has more visual representation compared to that, and I only use assets provided by the RPG Maker engine. It's not very much. Still, the hammer is better than nothing. Oh, instantly, the blocks always come back for whatever reason. Not after a screen transition, but after you go into a town. See? And you can also destroy wood blocks, don't forget that. Guess I'll go see Bagu right now. I was actually gonna explore some other caves, but... Oh, yeah, by the way, y'all remember where I got the, Oh no, that's right, the first magic bar thing was down there. First heart container was all the way to the east. Oh well, never mind. Is there a secret back there? No. Sometimes I just like to explore to find specific battle areas. There's some I never encountered, like ever. And they'll probably only, like, at most provide an XP bag, but, you know, it's still interesting to me. Because I like actually exploring this game a lot more than Zelda 1. Zelda 1 is, like, so much more grindier because of the necessity of having so many rupees. You know, to buy stuff that helps you. I didn't need a life refill, I just wanted to be kinky. The Bagu in there? He is. It is not Bagu, it's error. South of King's Tomb in Maido is a tunnel. Yeah, so basically there's like there's a huge graveyard just south of Maido or something like that. That tomb, just go south of it and you'll find a passage to the third palace. We will not be covering yet because we still need to do the second one. Thing is, it's easy to remember that, and because of that, you never really need to ask error playthroughs to remind you of where it is. Not to mention, you could just accidentally happen upon it without realizing it. I think there's a secret right around here. Something. Also, you can't not break these tiles. The swamp is not like something you could put down. What are you talking about? Video game logic. Oh, go. Yeah, now I realize why I keep jumping even when it's not like faster. It's because in swamps it is faster. I think it's the medicine for the daughter. I don't need the spell from the third town, but, well, not third town, but, the town that teaches the fourth spell. I just keep calling it the third, because healing is like the second spell for me. Shield is the first spell. Jump is useful in some combat scenarios, but I never really consider it to be the second spell. Never felt like it. 3 hits. I think it's 5 hits for the red ones, though. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's 4 hits. Thought they had more HP. And yeah, you gotta fight 3 of those guys back to back. Kinda rough. It would've killed me if it hit me one more time. Not on your inventory, by the way. You just gotta assume you have the item that you need to get the specific spell. So imagine you find this first without having the quest, quote-unquote, in your mind. You might think, that red potion, I can revive myself every now and then like the first game, right? No. It's a quest item. You can't use it yourself. Duh. And for some reason it's in this cave out of nowhere. You can't just buy it at a shop or something. Even though there's healers every town. There were shops in the first game. There were rupees, I mean a currency specifically, in the first game. In this one, there's nothing. When I was younger and I had a friend, we talked to each other saying the weird crystals were actually rupees and you only get like 6 of them when you start. It's so weird. Eventually we figured out crystals are for the dungeon, but you know. Raft you'll use right here. It's automatic, so don't consider it to be interactive like the hammer is. Heal me. Heal me. If you're looking for who the quest person is, it's always someone who's coming out of their door. The water of life. She probably had more to say. Hold on. Quick, come with me. She doesn't even tell you it's for her daughter. Like, it's all because of the limit in the text boxes, so they could the localizers couldn't put too much text inside. Because Japanese, they could say a lot with just their hiragana and katakana, with the boxes even this limited. In English, not so much. Or any other language, like this, Roman language. The fairy spell, very expensive like the life spell, although I think it becomes a bit cheaper after you get the higher level ups. But it's necessary for traveling through locked doors, and also occasionally going up places you could not with the jump spell. Yeah, the jump spell's already been power creeped. RIP. Thing is, however, unlike the jump spell, the fairy spell forces you to be a fairy. Or, technically speaking, it's Link summons a fairy, and the fairy helps Link to get some places. Because Link can totally not become a female fairy. That's so dumb. He's always a guy. But the point is, fairy spell allows you to fly. The thing is, another thing is about that thing, however, is that when you're a fairy, you can go through locked doors, and that allows you to do some pretty crazy sequence breaking. You know, not having to get keys from places that you would otherwise have to get them from. These enemies are really easy to deal with. The birds are really annoying, but you can deal with them, and they only appear when you get the big enemy annoying. I'm pretty sure there's like a spare life in the swamp somewhere, maybe? Or another red jar, something like that. Don't remember exactly where though, because it's a fairly generic looking swamp. But also, I feel the swamp looks like it's the flower tiles that you're stepping on. Like, it looks so much more like a swamp when you're here, but on the overworld, it looks like flower tiles that I'm walking on. I swear. See? Always gonna have a red jar. Very good. You know, for refilling your health and all that. Well, it's really only for refilling your health and nothing else. Blood drops. I don't think they take your XP, but they do damage you. These guys. I think these guys jump, maybe. Either that or the red ones that you'll find later. Okay, these annoying heads. Medusa heads, really. This is why you want to have the stab for this dungeon, if you ask me. Makes these things a lot easier to deal with. Now, I can't go through that as I am, but again, fairy spell. There we go. However, be careful when doing this trick, because as the fairy, like if you go in there and you're not able to go back through because you don't have enough magic, you're stuck. So, I only showed that to show that you can do it, not because I want to, because I might get stuck, not because I don't know. I've never done a fairy skip sequence break playthrough like that. Oh yeah, occasionally these blood drops drop a slime. That's annoying. Oh yeah, and these things. They're They're basically just like the snippets, but for some reason they give more experience. There's only 6 dungeons, by the way. Well, 7 if you count the final one, but it's not very many. However, the dungeons do feel a bit longer, especially the later ones. And especially because you'll get tons of game overs the first time you play this game. Come on down, buddy. Even though it's only worth 2 XP, I still want to kill it, because it might drop a P bag, which gives me 50 XP. Ow. Also drop on my head. Oh, also jars of life. The hop? Not manually, no. But if they're in the air, they will drop. Oh yeah, they can. Okay. I guess the other one was just dumb. We're gonna restore our life. Okay, that was more than the current amount of bars I've got. Red jars are inconsistent. For reference, these elevators, lore-wise, they make no sense. This technology is way too advanced for the era that Link is supposed to be in right now. The thing is, because this is a 2D game, making it so that Link can travel up in these dungeons in an interesting way, besides left and right, they had to put in an elevator. Also, they're glitchy as hell. You can use them to go like up above a screen and totally avoid a whole bunch of stuff. I was about to show that, but I decided not to. Just wait for the slimes to come down. Seriously. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. You'll fall into the lava. Wait for them to go off screen. Because you don't want to drop into the lava. Time your jump well. Damn, I keep getting hit by the slimes, but I keep getting hit safely. You have to practice social distancing. Combat distancing in this case, actually. Ow. Still screwing up against the Darknuts. I really shouldn't be screwing up against the Darknuts. I like fighting them so much, but they're about to get really tough very soon. That's the problem. Here comes a red one. Maybe. Soon. What about now? Guess not yet. Now that we have the life spell, I really shouldn't get hit by the bubbles, because we need that magic. Also, I think I might have gone the wrong direction. I do have a spare key. Magic will go up. I should have cast life, but whatever. Yeah, see, fairy's already cheaper than life, and life is cheaper a bit too. That's a little over 3 bars. Well, jump got cheaper, but shield I think is 16 is the minimum, or maybe 12. But jump will eventually go down as low as 8, because they realize how worthless it is to have this spell. Like, it's a little convenient against some fights, and technically one of the final bosses you will have to use it on. Ah, there's the red one. Red one is actually not that much tougher, just deals more damage and takes more hits. But the one after that, oof. I guess the red one also attacks faster, it feels. Should really be using this technique more often, but it does leave you a bit vulnerable. See? For reference, there's no real strategy to how the enemies block your attacks. They basically just choose to block however they want. And this is where the fairy spell is very useful. Because I know I will not need to come back here because I'm gonna be going through a different screen, I just can get that item like this and not worry about anything. And now back to normal. For reference, that item, that's the power glove. Yeah, the power glove, or power grip, or whatever. Allows you to break blocks like this. I might die here, though. Although, I'm safe here now. Yeah, I might as well just wait for them to stack up a bit. Because it stacks up infinitely. In that area over there. Well, my last life I am. Oh, might get a game over. Another one. You see how punishing the game is? Well, a little bit of magic, but not enough. I might as well get a game over right now while my XP is a little low. But I'm hard-headed. Also, I can't get that again in return. Ooh, that was that was gonna be rough. I would have definitely died right there. Need to cast a jump spell to get that thing. Well, that's frustrating. I don't have to go through Dead Mountain again, so I'll pretty much always have 3 lives from now on. But yeah, I might as well get a game over now because it was pretty much inevitable at the rate I was going. But I swear, there was one playthrough where I decided, no, I'm not gonna get a single game over. I think I did lose like 2 lives though, because the road to the final dungeon, let's just say it's a little rough with the enemies that just push you into the lava all the time. Also helps that I got the power grid before I was done here. Now, I never went all the way down the first elevator, so let's see what's up with that. It probably leads to a dead end or a P bag, but you know. Maybe a spare key. Or this guy. There's only one variant of this guy, and it's the red one. I'm surprised they didn't recycle them. Well, they recycle him specifically, but not like create a new variant. And yeah, if he's like right next to here where I am, it can be really annoying because there's no way for you to attack him. Yeah, so basically, that's a spare key that I would have used to get the power glove normally, but because of the fairy trick, I didn't need it. In fact, I'm never gonna need it. Stab this thing. Yeah! Goodies! Damn it. So I don't believe there was in here, but I'll check. Yeah, it's a dead end. We already went to the left, which had the item. And yeah, so basically this is the final hallway. We died on the final hallway. Okay, you know what? This is a perfect spot to cast this. And we'll cast Jump 2 for getting rid of these guys. Maybe. Come on. Oh well, that was kind of worthless. Wasted magic, it happens. For these guys, you're basically supposed to walk at a specific timing so that your shield blocks their beam. Kinda lame. Should be a more obvious opening, if you ask me. Could also just tank a hit. Like, it doesn't deal that much damage, but you know. At the time, I had like, well, less than quarter health bar. Something like that. So, I was pretty much dead in the water. Just gonna show how many hits it takes to defeat a bubble. In do this right. Damn it. I had it. There we go. See? Took quite a few hits. And it's 50 XP, not too bad. Sometimes they get stuck on the ceiling. But yeah, once you get the down stab, just if you find a bubble without any other enemies, you want some XP, just jump straight up, pull down when they're coming down on you, and there, free 50 XP. If there's 2 bubbles on screen though, you might be in trouble. Nope, missed me. I'm pretty sure they weren't designed to be beatable, but everything has to have an HP bar. Either that or be invincible. And they wanted it so that you can actually hit them, keep them in place at least. So, because that you gotta have an HP bar. Then again, they give 50 XP, so maybe they were meant to be beatable all along. Just, they take an unreasonable amount of hits, if you ask me. Yeah. See, this guy, he has an opening in his attack pattern. And I didn't need to get that key because I already have a spare one, but details. Could use some spare magic right now. Drop a jar? No. Well, since I need spare magic. I do believe these guys occasionally actually drop a jar too. So if you're in need of a jar, you can try to get one from them. Oh well. Come on! Oh, P-bag isn't too bad. I was hoping they'd drop a jar. You can wait for a slime to appear that would drop a jar. It happens eventually, I would hope. But that thing might have something. Please? Damn it! I hate that slime. More dangerous than the enemy behind him. Ah! I was waiting for it to do a dumb jump towards me. Waited too long. Ah, here, this is an interesting challenge. You want the P-bag, but you need to carefully get rid of all of these. And you can't do a down stab to get it. It's a lot safer that way. Crap. Ooh, cool. There's 100 more XP. And oh my goodness. Nope, you have to move forward to dodge their down stab. If I could just get one more P-bag from one of these guys, I'll get the level up before I fight the boss. Fortunately, I'm at the exact amount of XP I need to get a level up before the free XP bonus from the dungeon completion. Oh well, guess we're gonna have to fight the boss as we are. Unless this guy drops a P-bag, please. Because I think my next level up is life up, so it'd be nice to have all my health back. Problem with these guys is that if they go off screen, you can't damage them, and they can damage you. Oh, okay, he gives 100 XP, which is just enough to get this. Perfect. I get to save my life. And now we're gonna fight this boss. Pretty interesting. Hit the head. Once, twice, and 3 times. And those things float around and they shoot their own beams. It's basically the Hydra from Zelda 1. And yeah, he keeps attacking even when he's dead. Well, for a moment. I didn't need to collect that key, but I think the screen would have stayed frozen or something. Whatever. See? Still one spare key. But we don't need it. And now we're gonna level up our sword, I think, again. Yeah. Life is already almost at max. Just 2 more levels for life and it's at 8 and that's the highest it can go. Oh, and by the way, once you've beaten the boss of a dungeon but not collected the item, the dungeon stays open, don't worry. Heck, this game has a New Game Plus feature where after you beat the game you get to continue with your current stats. Kind of fun, you know, to just blaze through the early game because of how powerful you are. But, you know, you still die to 1 hit if you fall off screen or something, so... I prefer starting at 1-1-1. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 more dungeon, then we're gonna take a break, because it's been almost 2 hours, but more specifically, I'm hungry. And I don't know why, but I feel like eating pancakes. Strange. Gonna get a quick refill, then we're going to the 3rd palace. Just need to find a magic lady. Or her, yeah. I was thinking magic lady because I can cast life and then restore my magic, but since I only need my life refill, the life lady is fine too. It was either or. Whoops. So you go down here. This is King's Tomb. And you just keep going down. And there's this. There's also some other secrets in the graveyard. Could show them some other time maybe. Now, you go to the right and see this? Can't climb that even with a jump spell. If you go left, you'll leave the place. Showing that. But we do want to go there, so... Cast Fairy. You need enough magic for Fairy, obviously. And you're going up here. Missed. But I do need that. 2 hits, wow. For the blue one, no less. Oh yeah, sometimes when you're going for a reward from these things, instead you get a dark nut. So unless you're going for the XP, you might be for a rude awakening. Incidentally, I'm gonna have to find more magic because I'm doing this dungeon, because now the game expects me to have the fairy spell available every now and then. That's kind of annoying though, because usually you'd always want to have your magic available for, ah, damn it, I forgot. I thought these guys threw it upward, but no, they throw it like this, like a boomerang. Sometimes you can have it go off screen so it doesn't come back. And there's the horned variant. They do the hop too. Also give lots of XP. And yes, the game expects you to have the downward stab, which is why you see these guys all so often. For a second you see these wolf dudes with this dagger come up, because they're programmed to start at the ground level, but ground level was elevated in that screen. I'll probably lose life in this dungeon. You know, unless I get really, really lucky with the jars. So yeah, need downward stab to get that. Aha! You can't get me while I'm down here. Unless he jumps down here. He doesn't take that many hits, so it's not that difficult. Come on. I'm gonna fight you. down. Yeah, there's a guy down there. He doesn't actually see us yet. There's a weird stealth thing when it comes to these enemies. Can I hit it? Yeah, I can hit it like that, thankfully. I'm only fighting them because I want the XP or possibly a red jar from them, by the way. Dark nuts. They do need magic. Oh well. Need momentum. You don't have to cast a jump spell to go up here. You just need momentum in your jumps. Oh, the red ones. I was wondering why we would meet them. They only give 50 XP though, and that's lame. Also, it looks like you need to cast a jump spell here, but again, you just need momentum in your jump. In fact, you'd be easily stuck if it was a... If you didn't know it, that you could jump higher with the momentum in your jump. Keep screwing up though. Almost had it. Almost had it. There. Oh, come on. Getting stuck. You like this? No. There we go. Yeah, it is possible. And now we're outside. That's interesting. I've red dark nut again, because the orange one is so old news. What? I press down, or whatever, I'll take the loss. Because I want a refill. I hate having the beeping sound. I hate it! E. I think I'm supposed to go left first. Oh, also these enemies. Yeah, another type of enemy that appears out of nowhere that you have to deal with continuously. That's not annoying at all. To be honest, it's actually less annoying than the Medusa head to some extent. So yeah, these things, you're supposed to have the upward stab, but a well-timed stab like this will hit them. Do it properly. Which I am not. Maybe it was like only an emulation issue. Because I did play this game on my computer a long time ago. Well, no, I'm pretty sure on tool-assisted runs they do show that you can hit those things with a well-timed jump. I probably just forgot the timing, really. Making sure there's no slimes that are gonna appear out of nowhere. Like that one. Find lots of darkness now. The game designers were really proud of how they designed them, combat-wise. It's still kind of RNG though. If it wasn't for the exploit where you can just jump and attack as you're descending, you'd always have to deal with their nonsense. Okay, well then we've got the blue dark nut, the toughest one, and we'll be facing them until the very end of the game because they can do stuff like this. Also, he's got sword beams permanently. And every time you hit him, he gets into rage, like this. Just focus on blocking when he does that. He also takes a lot of punishment. God damn it. But yeah. Raft! If for whatever reason you missed out on a key or wasted one, you can always come back here by using the fairy spell, you know, to get through the locked door. So you're safe, don't worry. Stupid slime. Better jump out. keep calling them slimes because they look so similar to the Dragon Quest enemy, but as I said earlier, they are technically retconned as chews. Like, I think they were called chews even back then. In fact, hold on. Can I look at the menu? The user guide. No, that's not that. This game has a... Oh, I think you can only look at it... like, let's create a span point. Go to game selection. Details. No, it doesn't show it. Wow. I guess the only way to see the guide for this is through Virtual Console now. Or, you know, having the original copy. And you get in this kind of setup, it's kind of annoying. Where one is in front of you and the other one is behind you. Come on. You're already old. You're already outdated, Red Dark Nut. I think they're Dark Nuts. They could be something else, have a different name. Wouldn't surprise me. Come on, I'm going down. Wow, they just keep coming. There's no limit. Except, no, there is a limit. 4. 4 is the limit of them that can spawn. Oh, that's it. No secrets. Oh, it's because these two were still there. That's why there wasn't any more that were spawning. We want that. Because we're almost going to level up. We do want to cast life, and except I can't anymore, damn it. Oh, come on. Somehow I'm still alive. I need 70 more XP and I level up. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be life. Might be, but no. Where does this lead? To a potential level up. I mean, I don't die to this guy. Cool. Magic. Well, we can cast life now. Life is the next level up, fortunately. We still can only cast life once. Like, the only spell that got a reduced cost this time was jump. Because I don't have all the spells, it probably would have reduced another spell's cost, but it feels kind of worthless to level up magic sometimes, just because the spell reduction only applies occasionally, and some spells have a hard cap. Like shield is already at the maximum, 16. Or minimum, I should say. I guess I'll fight that Dark Nut, the blue Dark Nut over there first. Thing is, see, blue Dark Nuts are usually very annoying because they're stuck constantly avoiding you. But when they're stuck against a wall like this, it's easy to keep damaging them. Also, if you hit them while they're on rage mode, you actually, they won't like go back into rage mode, thankfully, sometimes. Helps with dealing with them quite a bit. If their shield is up, you're not going to be able to ever hit them. You always have to keep changing. Thing is, sometimes they just always auto-block where you're aiming for, so... Can't really get the upper hand on them. Oh, is that the boss already? I guess I'll cast shield. I'll help me survive one hit. And jump, might as well. Actually, jump is going to screw me up, damn it. Anyway, this is the, another blue dark nut. They're so tough that they actually count as a boss. However, this one, besides having trouble with staying on screen, he starts on a horse. If you have a sword that's powerful enough, he instantly gets off the horse. But I'm pretty sure I know why they made a boss like this, because you have got the downward stab, so might as well make the player use it. You have to aim specifically on the horse though. See? Hello? I thought he was out there. Also, I keep screwing up my timing because I got a jump spell. Makes me jump too high. Can't tap it to not jump for as long. One more hit and he's gonna get off. He shares his life bar with the horse, I believe. Unfortunately, I'm probably almost certainly gonna get hit as he gets off the horse. That's annoying. Hopefully I'll at least survive that. Oh, he's still not gonna get off. Huh. Okay. There we go. Got quite a bit of rage. Actually, he often casts his rage. Now, the real problem with this boss, though, is that he likes to go off screen where you can't attack him. Damn it. Oh, I'm still alive! Wow, I was sure I was gonna lose my life there. And he did restore his HP. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the L. One more life lost. Because I'm being too careful. It's taking too long. Unfortunately, taking it too long, I have to go through the horse again. No jump spell this time. And now I'm doing it too early because I'm so used with the jump spell. Damn it. But yeah, you can see that this is pretty much made with the normal jump height in mind. Hitting the horse, I mean. The horse looks kind of fake. It looks like some kind of horse bike, but it's probably because they couldn't animate the horse, really. Yep. Goes too off screen, I gotta let him come closer like this. One more hit. Hiding off screen again, aren't you, buddy? But die, die, die. Die! Ah, come on! Die! There we go. Yeah, this is a cheap boss, and this is why I took the life loss, because it just loves going off screen. Also, we're gonna lose out on 682 XP, but that's fine. We're getting another level up. It's for the life, if I recall. Life. It's almost at the maximum. Next we'll have attack. In fact, we have such good level ups now that we only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. And there's 3 dungeons left, which means we only need to do 3 more level ups by ourselves. Then when we'll be going through final dungeon will be at full levels, you know? So we'll probably want to get at least 3,000 XP before going, like, finishing the next dungeon, then get the next 3 level up, and then just get 1 more level up. 2 more, that is. Like, 1 level up by ourselves before finishing each next dungeon, you know? Something like that. But, I want to take a break for now. Oh, god damn it. I really hate these enemies everywhere. Thankfully, the downward stab makes them a lot easier to deal with. Anyway, next time we'll continue through the second area from Hyrule. Because all of this is still Hyrule. Before Zelda 1's Hyrule, the scaled down one from this game, that was just the like, not even the meats and potatoes. It's just a little tiny broccoli before you get to the real one. Still got a whole bunch of land to go through, and unfortunately, some of the design decisions get even worse here. But I still like this game. Anyway, see y'all later. Bye-bye!